Welcome back to the channel. This is Gillis TV here on Clemhawks Day, folks, and we got winter meetings just around the corner, Sunday in fact. So a lot of rumors coming out, a lot of teams interested in trading for players, teams wanting to bring back players after acquiring them at the deadline this year. So if that intrigues you, you're interested in all the MLB news, whatever goes around, when the season comes back, we'll be live streaming. Hit that subscribe button as we are trying to work our way to 5,000 subs by the end of the year. It's going to be a stretch, but I know you guys can help us do it. And if you're in the whole NHL scene, go check out Gillis TV there and subscribe there as we are starting out all the NHL hockey news on there. Now let's get to it. As like I said, MLB news. The Cardinals acquired left-handed Jose Quintana at the deadline and were evidently pleased with their brief relationship with him. Both Ken Rosenthal and John Heyman mentioned that the Cardinals are interested in bringing Quintana back, though Heyman notes that they have competition for his services. Quintana, at 34 in January, endured a rough two-year stretch in 2020 and 2021. A thumb injury limited him to 10 innings in the former, and his ERA ballooned up to 6.43 in the latter. The Pirates took a flyer on him in 2022 with a $2 million deal to act as a stabilizing veteran force in the rotation of inexperienced youngsters. That plan went about as well as it could have been hoped for, with Quintana bouncing back and turning himself into a deadline trade chip, going to the Cardinals alongside Chris Stratton for Jonah Ovidio and Malcolm Nunez. MLB.tr's Simon Hampton recently took a through look at Quintana's season, which finished with a 2.93 ERA over 165 and two-thirds innings. Quintana's 20.2% strikeout rate was a couple of ticks below league average, but his 46.4% ground ball rate was strong. The Cardinals are known for their defensive prowess, and Quintana's ground ball heavy approach worked better after the uniform switch, as he had a 3.50 ERA with the Pirates and only a 2.01 as a Cardinal. Though it was just 12 starts, Quintana and the Cards seemed to be a good match for each other. It makes sense that there would be some mutual interest in a reunion. Though the roster fit in St. Louis would be imperfect at the moment, the club already has a number of rotation candidates, including Adam Wainwright, Miles McCollis, Jordan Montgomery, Jack Flaherty, Steven Matz, and Dakota Hudson, as well as prospects like Matthew Liberatore and Zach Thompson. Hudson had a poor year in 2020 and could be the best utilized as a long man in the bullpen who could jump into the rotation in case of injury. However, it would be harder to justify bumping any of the other five. After a solid season for Wainwright, McCullis, and Montgomery are all coming off of solid seasons and seem to have jobs locked down. Matt's had an injury-marred season in 2022, but he still has 3 years and $34 million remaining on the 4-year deal he signed with them a year ago. Given their investment, they will surely give him a chance to bounce back with the better health going forward. Flaherty has been dealing with injuries over the past 3 seasons, but pitched like an ace when he was healthy in 2019. As Rosenthal notes, 4 of these pitchers are free agents at the end of 2023: Wainwright, McCullis, Montgomery, and Flaherty. As of right now, the 2024 rotation would be Hudson and Matz, with 3 openings available for prospects to potentially fill. Perhaps that means they would consider signing a starter to help them now and next year, though that would likely mean they would have to find a trading partner for one of those 4 to create space in the short term. Even though Quintana's entering his age 34 season, his bounce back was solid enough that MLB.tr predicts a 2-year, $24 million contract for him. He's part of a large group of mid-rotation candidates available in free agency this winter, including Ross Stripling, Nathan Eovaldi, Sean Manaea, Jameson Talon, and others. The market seems to be strong so far as Tyler Anderson secured a 3-year, $39 million deal despite having a qualified offer attached. And Zach Eflin just last night signed a 3-year, $40 million deal with the Rays, easily beating our 2-year, $220 million prediction. Mike Clevenger got 1 year at and $12 million, just ahead of our $10 million prediction, and Matthew Boyd got $10 million despite not even cracking our top 50. Though the Cardinals clearly like Quintana as a fit, it is a little awkward and there's surely not one team calling him up. The Pirates also reported have interest in a reunion, and there is no shortage of sensible fits beyond that. The Cards' payroll is currently around $154 million per roster resource. That's almost even with last year's opening day of $155 million per COTS baseball contracts. Though the team president of baseball operations, John Mozeliak, I probably messed that up, has indicated payroll will be going up this year. So there's interest there. There's just the problems with having so many pitchers. I do like the idea of Hudson going to the bullpen for the Cardinals. It would give them more flexibility. Steven Matz too. With the Toronto Blue Jays, there were times he was in the bullpen because of the whole injury situation. You could push both of those guys in the bullpen, and they're great bullpen arms that could go the long distance, or if for some reason the Cardinals are down 7-2, go play them. They can finish the game out. All that is fine and dandy. Now, for Quintana, he played in 32 games last year, going 6-7 with a 2.93 ERA and 165 and 2/3 innings pitched with 137 strikeouts. He wasn't getting run support in Pittsburgh. Those wins-loss should be higher than that. Just the run support in Pittsburgh wasn't there. He started getting run support when he came over to the Cardinals. In his career, he's a 315, played in 315 games with a win-loss record of 89-87 and a 3.75 ERA over 1,723 and 2/3 innings pitched with 1,532 strikeouts. Like I said, Quintana's one of those guys. Yes, he's getting up there in age, but we are seeing nowadays guys in their 34s, 35s, 36s actually still playing at a high rate than we did, say, 10 years ago, when that age was kind of like, oh, they're washed up, we're only going to give them a 1 or 2 year deal. Now we're seeing these guys with the advancement of medicine and like other things that baseball players do. Older guys, older pitchers are actually still pitching till they're in their 40s, and it's great to see that. So going on a 3-year deal for Quintana would be perfect for any team. And if they really want Quintana, the Cardinals would try and figure it out. They could pull the move, hey, Pittsburgh, you want to sign him, then we'll trade you, I don't know, Steven Matz for him or something. Like, that's just, of course, not going to happen. But if they could call up a team, hey, you got payroll, who do you want from our team? You sign Quintana, we'll give you so-and-so for him right now. That could be a possibility. It happens in the NHL sometimes. And, I don't know why a lot of teams don't actually do that in a sense. But let me know in the comments what you guys think of this reunion that could happen. And if you're new to the channel and like MLB stuff, hit that subscribe button, as I am going to get on out of here and go have some lunch. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you on the next one.